In a land shrouded in darkness, fear grips the hearts of many. Shadows stretch across cobblestone streets, echoing the cries of the oppressed. Amidst despair, a voice rises from the forgotten, a simple shepherd with unwavering faith, seeking hope for his people. As he tends to his flock, the winds carry whispers of promises long forgotten, igniting a spark of faith within his soul. The townsfolk gather, burdened by their troubles. They watch him, wondering if his faith can change their fate. The shepherd speaks of deliverance, igniting sparks of belief within their hearts, yet doubt still lingers in the air. In this pivotal moment, they stand at a crossroads between despair and faith as the winds of change begin to stir. As the winds whisper through the hills, David lifts his gaze toward the stars, pondering the weight of the moment. His heart beats steadily with faith as he recalls the words of the Lord, "I will be with you always." In the village below, the townsfolk murmur in doubt, some casting scornful glances toward their shepherd. David's brothers ridicule him, their laughter echoing in the stillness of the night, testing his resolve. Despite their jeers, David remains steadfast, whispering prayers that swirl like the evening breeze. Night envelops the landscape, but within David, a fire of conviction ignites, pushing back against doubt. The stirring call of a distant lion breaks the silence, a shadow of danger lurking in the night. With heart racing, David clutches his staff. His role as protector of his flock weighs heavily upon him. A decision looms: flee in fright or stand firm in faith against the shadow that threatens his sheep. He recalls the promises of the Lord, bolstering his spirit, and with a deep breath he steps toward the darkness. The lion roars once more, but David's resolve solidifies. He is not alone, for God walks beside him. With one swift motion, David draws upon his sling, ready to protect what is dear to him, embracing his calling. With one swift motion, David draws upon his sling, ready to protect what is dear to him, embracing his calling. Suddenly, from the Philistine camp, emerges the colossal figure of Goliath, a giant towering over all, clad in armor that glints ominously. The air thickens with dread as Goliath's mocking voice reverberates, challenging the Israelite army, his presence casting a long shadow. Fear grips the hearts of trained soldiers. They exchange frightened glances, questioning their valor as darkness looms over their spirits. Yet amid their fear, David steps forth, unarmed but brimming with faith, an unlikely hero ready to face the taunts of the giant. In a fierce clash of wills, Goliath bellows, "Am I not a Philistine? Choose a man to fight me." His voice echoes across the valley. David, undeterred, replies with unwavering calm, "I will fight this Philistine. The Lord who delivered me will protect me." His words cut through the fear like a blade. The soldiers gaze at him, hope flickering amidst the shadows of despair. The king, Saul, watches with uncertainty, caught between tradition and the daring spirit that David embodies. David recalls how God saved him from the lion and the bear, stirring up inner courage not yet seen in the army. The soldiers, inspired, whisper among themselves, recounting tales of David's bravery in the fields, his melodies soothing their troubled minds. As Goliath inches closer, David gathers 5 smooth stones from a nearby brook, each representing his faith and courage. With his sling in hand and the stones tucked away, he steps confidently, ready to engage in a battle not of flesh, but of faith. The clash is not just physical. It becomes a testament of true faith, echoing the words of Psalm 271, "The Lord is my light and my salvation." Goliath scoffs, "You come at me with sticks. I will feed your flesh to the birds," further igniting David's determination. David raises his sling, proclaiming boldly, "I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." A powerful silence falls. With a swift and practiced motion, David hurls a stone that arcs through the air, a bullet of faith aimed at the giant's forehead. The stone strikes, and Goliath stumbles back, shock replacing his arrogance as the armies hold their breath in disbelief. David seizes the moment. He rushes forward, embodying the divine victory that comes from trusting in God. With one powerful blow, David takes Goliath down, echoing the promise that God fights our battles when we trust him. The battlefield erupts in cheers. The Israelite army, once cowered in fear, now rallies behind their champion, full of newfound courage. The lesson of faith reverberates. God uses the humble and the small to achieve great victories over seemingly insurmountable foes. As the dust settles, David's heart swells not with pride, but with gratitude for the Lord's deliverance in the face of doubts. Thus, the tale of David and Goliath becomes a timeless testament of faith, inspiring generations to trust in God's mighty hand. The air thickens with anticipation as David stands, the weight of destiny upon his shoulders. His enemies, silent, await the clash. With a firm grip on his sling, David recalls the Lord's past victories, inspiration igniting as he prepares for the impending battle against Goliath. As Goliath towers over him, the giant's laughter mocks, chilling the hearts of the Israelite soldiers, but David stands firm, undeterred. David, now focused, selects a smooth stone from the brook, his heart beating in rhythm to the certainty of God's promise. The moment arrives, time seems to hold its breath. David whirls his sling, the stone gathering momentum, destined for a divine trajectory. With a fierce shout, he releases the stone, an arrow of faith soaring through the air, carrying the hopes of Israel with it. The world stands still as the stone meets its mark, a moment suspended in time. Then the silence shatters upon contact. Goliath, once a symbol of terror, now falls, crashing to the ground with a thunderous echo, shaking the very earth beneath them. A wave of disbelief engulfs the Philistines, their champion defeated, while the Israelites erupt in jubilation, wonder igniting their spirits. David stands amidst the chaos, humble yet triumphant, knowing this victory is the evidence of God's unwavering presence. The Philistines flee, their courage shattered, while the voice of victory resonates through the valley, declaring God's might. In the aftermath, the Israelites recount the tale of David and Goliath, a stirring testimony of faith, hope, and divine intervention. As the dust settles, the Israelites surround David, their voices rising in joyous celebration, praising him as their champion. Yet amidst the accolades, David lifts his hands, humbly redirecting the glory to God, his heart filled with gratitude. He addresses the people, reminding them that it was not by sword or spear that he triumphed, but by the name of the Lord. The atmosphere shifts as the people reflect on their faith. A deepened sense of trust in God's promises begins to settle in their hearts. Even King Saul, observing from a distance, acknowledges David's unshakable faith, a spark of envy and admiration flickering within him. In this moment of unity, the legacy of David's faith begins, reminding all that true victory comes through obedience to God.